everyone, welcome to On The Record, and this episode we're being sponsored by Nile Coffee again. A really great cup of coffee. It's the taste of success, it really is. Geoff's here with me and he likes a good cup as well, don't you, Geoff?
Yeah, I'm not really a coffee drinker, but I this is good stuff. I can see why someone would like this coffee.
You can see why someone would like this coffee.
It's good coffee.
Let's go on with the show. So, Geoff, we're back with on the record, and so we're going to be talking about the Rolling Stones' Exile on Man Street, and by the Rolling Stones. This is a classic album. It's an absolute classic. What are your thoughts on it?
Great, yeah. I think we can all agree we're back with another genuine, bona fide classic. Which I've been really looking forward to, because actually it's not been a great week. I've got to say the Incite a Million campaign, that's died a death, which is a shame. Just
hashtag RIP.
Hashtag Incite a Million RIP. It had a lot of potential. Could have got going, but
how many numbers
people just didn't get behind it enough.
How many?
Because we had the 15 pledges.
So that was 15. You had £15.
We have 15 pledges.
Yeah. So how many of those turned into actual donations?
Well, people let you down, and
all of them let you down.
So we didn't get anything.
Right.
So, but maybe we aimed too high. That's no bad thing. Stare into the sun, fly high, but sometimes you die.
Yeah, sometimes. Well, you always die. You always die. You can't deny that.
Yeah. I've got some problems.
It's a shame it didn't take off at all.
Well, we could have given it more backing, more time here.
I think we weren't enough.
Spending time talking about, sponsors and
the people that pay our wages.
Well, your wage. I don't get.
Well, no.
I just do it for love.
Well, exactly. You had your chance and again failed. It's another failure.
My mother's really unhappy about some of the comments that you made last week on the show.
It's not not comments. It's advice.
Doing anything wrong. It's not
friendly,
illegal.
Friendly advice.
And in fact, she's rather people didn't. Exile on Main Street is a classic album by the Rolling Stones, and it's a 5-spinner. So get your rocks on and feel some satisfaction with Mick Jagger and the gang.
So I would probably give this a good 3-spinner, I think. Tray spin.
Why only 3?
I think, just because I've not listened to it. So I think it deserves 3. And
you picked an album you haven't listened to.
Well, I start in the middle at 3. And then, if I like it, I'll, retroactively put it to 5. And if I don't, well, it's only a 3, so it doesn't really matter, does it?
Okay, so maybe next week you might add 2 more spins.
Yeah, but it would have been, but it's old news by then, as they said, old news
dies young.
That's the saying. Old news dies young. That's interesting. That's better, actually, than the one I had, which was just old news. How many spins are you thinking of?
Well, it has to be 5 because that's the most.
It doesn't have to be anything.
But it has to. But it's the most. Whatever I can give the most, then I give it that. So that would be 5 spins for this album.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of up mine. I think to 3.5.
Well, good. That's. But I mean, it seems like an arbitrary decision, but good.
I think
sometimes the means to an end.
Yeah. And I have to say that it's a classic. It's just a classic album.
No, but that's the first sensible thing you've said all episode.
Well, yeah, so. It's not right. Calm down. Let me tell you, I've got a little story about Mick Jagger, actually. One day I was walking down Kensington High Street, and Mick was having a coffee outside. I was like, "Oh, you're right, Mick." And he was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Tell me, Des, what are you doing tonight?" I was like, "Mick, you know me, I'm I'm a player, man's man. You know, I don't even know where I'm going now. You know, just walking along. And he was like, "Listen, if you haven't got any plans, come along to my gaff. We've got a big party going on here. Me and the guys are going to play a few songs, and Keith is going to do it naked, and you want to see that." He's got, you know, big.
They're crazy,
schlong.
those Stones.
And I was like, Mick, you know. But he's like, "Come on, please." He's like, "Look, I'll pay you.
Pay you to come to his
Pay
party.
you to come to his party." And I was like, "Okay." So I was like, "Look, I'll do it for like, you know, 100 grand." He was like, "That's nothing. Got it in my back pocket." So in his back pocket, 100
Gave
grand.
you 100 grand.
Yeah, just there and then, just, you know. And then
Just to go to his party.
yeah. And then I sat and had a coffee with him for a bit. Went to his party, right? So while I stood there, Keith Richards comes up. And he's like, "I can't." He's like, "I can't do it. I can't." I said, "I play naked. I can't do it. What am I going to do? Can you do it?" So I was like, "Okay." So I picked up Keith's guitar, took my clothes off.
You didn't have to do that though.
Well, I think he promised like, naked. There's nudity was promised. So I was like, "I'll get up and I'll do it."
Well, his
There's
nudity
nothing to
was
show off.
promised. No one wants to see what you.
Well, they saw it regardless. I got up and did it, and then, you know, I played with the Rolling Stones, and Mick said, "Do you want to join?" And I was like,
forever?
Yeah, I was like, and he was, I think he was a bit annoyed.
You were asked to join the Rolling Stones.
Well, I think he was a bit annoyed at Keith at the time because Keith had backed out. I think he's like, you know, one guy that I can rely on. You know, we haven't, you know. And he said to me, he's like, "Look, I don't know how many of these gigs we got left, and we need someone that, you know, is in for the long game."
But you weren't in the Rolling Stones.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but this was, you know.
So what happened?
So I turned around and I said, "I can't do it to Keith.
You
Can't do it to
turned
Keith.
down a spot in the Rolling Stones.
I love Keith too much. I love him." And he found out about this, you know, a few days afterwards, and he called me up and he said, "I thought that might happen." He was like, "Don't trust Mick. He's a crafty fucking git." And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, you know, don't be too harsh on him. It was a good gig." And he was like, "I just want to say big thank you for not accepting the offer, because now I can feed my kids."
Wow.
And I was like, "Keith, don't worry." Yeah. True story.
That's incredible. I mean, that's really sad because part of the appeal of this album is it's the boys together. They're a gang in the band on the road. Hearing stories like that of backstabbing and just utter depravity, really, it's sad.
Yeah, but I think I made the right choice. You know, you think about how far I've come from there.
Yeah,
It's, you know.
yeah, because you know your own stuff to do, your own.
Yeah,
own
exactly.
shit.
And it's, you know, and that's, I don't want to just play the same tracks for 70 years, you know.
Yeah, other people's guitar parts. And
Yeah, exactly. Other people's guitars, you know. I don't know how much of that, you know, his dick was slapping up against the back of that guitar, and now mine was, you know. That's a bit weird, isn't it, really, when you think about it? I was done. I think I've played it, did probably the best show they've ever done, and end on a high. Begin on a high and end on a high. That's what I like to think of it.
Wow. So threw away a career in the Rolling Stones
I did, yeah.
for
this. Well, not for this, but yeah, for who I am now, yeah.
your own music.
For my own stuff, yeah.
And you know, I think, like
Sorry?
in terms of sales success, not really. It's
good though.
It's not really been
Well,
validated.
whenever
but,
these Stones, they've had, I mean, like, give me 70 years and, you know, then we can talk about the sales numbers.
yeah.
But,
You'll get there.
Exactly.
You'll get there.
But yeah, still only 3.5 spins, yeah.
Yeah. Another thing, I mean, I'll give it a bonus spin just for not having Brian Jones on with his bloody harmonica.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Well, he's, you know, I think it's a shame, you know, the fact that he was kicked out of the band.
Yeah, a shame, but a necessity, I think. A necessity.
Yeah, I wonder what he's doing now. But that's it for Exile on Man Street, and that's by the Rolling Stones. See ya.
Bye.